In this short video, we're going to learn how to derive the short-run market supply curve when we have two types of suppliers. Let's suppose that in the short run, the market for bamboo cutting boards consists of 10 type A producers and 20 type B producers. We know that type A producers have a short-run supply curve of 0.2p minus 2, and type B producers have a short-run supply curve of 0.5p minus 5. Our goal is to determine the market supply curve for bamboo cutting boards when the price is greater than 10. You may ask, why does it say that the price has to be greater than 10? And the answer is because these two curves are only defined if the price is greater than 10. If the price falls below 10, both of these supply curves become negative. So we can think of it as like the choke price of the supply curves. What do we need to know to solve this question? We need the supply of each type. Or if this was a harder question, we would need the total cost or marginal cost of each type, which would allow us to derive the supply curve for each type. I decided to keep it simple. I provided the supply curves, but you can imagine a much more difficult question where you're given two different cost curves and you have to use the profit maximization process to derive the supply curves for each type. Once you know the supply of each type, the only other thing you need to know is the number of firms you have of each type. How are we going to solve this question? It's really just a matter of horizontally summing the supply curves, which means fixing price and adding quantity. But we do have to make sure to account for how many of each type there are. So we'll weight the supply of type A producers by the number of producers, and we'll weight the supply of type B by the number of type B producers, and then we'll add it all up. Okay, it's time for us to solve this question. Here's what we know. We have 10 type A producers and their supply curve is 0.2p minus 2. We have 20 type B producers and their supply curve is 0.5p minus 5. We are trying to find the short run market supply curve. All we need to do is multiply each supply curve by the number of producers of that type and add it up. So from a sort of starting point, what we're looking to do is we're saying that the market supply curve, which I'm going to use a capital S to represent, is equal to 10 times type A's supply curve plus 20 times type B's supply curve. So we're just going to plug in what we know. The market supply curve, which depends on the price, is equal to 10 times 0.2p minus 2 plus 20 times 0.5p minus 5. Distributing in our 10 times 0.2 is 2, so we have 2p minus 20 plus 20 times 0.5 is 10p minus 100. And now I can collect like terms, and I get that the short run supply curve for the market is equal to 12p minus 120. And that is how you solve for the short run market supply curve when you have more than one producer type.